Welcome to Living Your Path. I am Cecile Ferry, a coach and astrologer. I'm here to guide you on how to live and work in alignment with your true self so you can find fulfillment and serenity. Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Cosmic Catch-Up Update for week commencing the 22nd of September. And yes, I know I am releasing it on the 23rd of September, so my apologies for the delay. I have been off sick and there's only one of me here, so when I can't do it and I really prioritize rest, listening to my body, I just was not able to post this sooner. However, you haven't missed too much. I also want to say a quick note, I have been having issues with my websites. They're currently both down. I'm working to fix them up. This has been part of my little eclipse gift. And they will be back up and running shortly. So if you've been waiting or trying to access them to book either a reading or some coaching session with me, thank you for your patience. I'll be back live very soon. So before we get into this week's astrological transit, just wanted to circle back on the eclipse that we had just as of yesterday in Australia, 2 days ago for the rest of the world. How has it felt for you? How have the last kind of days been? I'll just share for me, it's been really strong and challenging. I have quite a few personal planets in Virgo. I have my North Node, I have my Jupiter, my Mars, and my career point. So the eclipse was happening right up there and I dearly felt it. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I came down with sickness as well. But I just wanted to circle back because I really felt a lot of those Virgo themes, and maybe you have seen them in your life lately. And by just calling out a few here, that might help you reflect as well. The things that I personally really saw coming were about taking care of our bodies and our health and listening to our body. Also, seeing when we're going too strong into an extreme, especially like overworking or overthinking, over-analyzing things, how we were called to pull back and change things that were not working. So if we're doing too much of something that was not serving us. Also, I think it was about really seeing where we may be investing our time and energy into things that are not serving us or not in the right direction. So for some of us, this eclipse may have been a clear redirection. That doesn't mean that we've done the redirection, but at least we got to see what kind of the problem was or what needed to stop. And I think it was also a theme around self-development, self-improvement, but not in a harsh kind of pushing yourself kind of way. Very much calling to nurture ourselves and to make sure we're not overgiving and we are receiving back what we need. So I just wanted to share those because these were themes that definitely played out for me, and chances are they will also resonate with you. Okay, so this week now, on Monday, we have had Mars moving into Scorpio. I'm highlighting it because Mars feels really good in Scorpio, and that means really double power. And that is great because that means that we might feel very energetic with getting things done and also having very strong focus. So Mars comes with extra power right now, means a lot of intensity and really the ability to get a lot done. I feel like the image that comes to me is we can blast through things. So that's really good. And you may feel like extra productive, knocking things at the moment, ticking them off your list. But also just a watch out that with that could come some emotional intensity, in particular if you have Scorpio in your sign or some water signs as well. So just make sure that you channel this extra power into the right places and that you manage this, in its highest version. So you don't blast out to people a bit too much, say things that are a bit too abrasive, or, do things too much too fast and maybe in a way that's not very diplomatic. So just a watch out. But other than that, enjoy the double power. Now on the 22nd of September, so just yesterday, but in Australia it's today on Tuesday, we have just entered Libra season and it's the equinox. So for some of us, it's the autumn equinox and the other half of the world is the spring equinox. So I will talk more about Libra season next week because we have 4 weeks of that. But just want to touch on the equinox, which is an important milestone. And the equinox is happening just after the eclipse. So the eclipse portal isn't close. It's not like the eclipse is done on Monday, see you later until March next year. Unfortunately not. We're still feeling the impact of it for at least 2 weeks. So we are still in that. And then the equinox is opening up a new portal. So it's like we have 2 portals kind of side by side. Really interesting. And the Libra equinox is going to feel, hopefully, a little calmer than all that eclipse because Libra is about balance and harmony and peace. So it's not going to be like strongly charged like the eclipse have been. However, it is a very symbolic and potent time. So I wanted to call it out here so you can stop and think for a minute because it is a point where in the year the day equals the night. So it's perfect for balance and it's a point of recalibration. So I know we've been through a lot and we are still under the effect of that. But I want you to think about where do I need to bring some balance? What do I need to recalibrate right now? And you don't have to do it straight away, but you're going to work on that over the next 3 months until we hit the Cancer solstice in December. So some themes of that recalibration, it could be shadow versus light, positive mindset versus negative mindset, ending versus beginning, work versus home, professional life versus personal life, giving versus receiving, letting go of some old stuff versus holding on and staying strong on what we want to achieve. Also, the balance of acting versus reflecting. So I want you to really use this time to take a pause and to have some clarity. I think it's a really nice time. We've been through a lot in September. So this week I recommend you just grab yourself an hour or 2 doing something you enjoy, whether it's being at your favorite coffee shop or going for a walk, having a bath, having a massage, and just like recenter, recalibrate. And it might just be about sitting in peace and quiet and really trying to feel that balance within you. What do you need right now? What do you need to restore that balance? And then you will have all of Libra season to carry you through, and all the planets are moving through Libra. So there's a lot of that energy of harmonizing, that seesaw balance side of the sign. So a really potent time. So hopefully you can kind of really capture that energy, but you got to capture it like as it's happening right now. And finally, the last transit of the week will be happening on Wednesday. And we have another grand trine in air. So I mentioned last week we had one, I think it was Friday, between Mercury, that was in Libra, and the Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto and Uranus have not moved, but now the Sun has just entered Libra, and on Wednesday, it will be at 1 degree Libra. So Uranus 1 degree Gemini, Pluto 1 degree Aquarius. So that is a really nice flowing aspect. So you may have felt it already last Friday with Mercury, which had more to do with your communications and your thoughts and your words. But this time it's the Sun instead of Mercury. It's still very, very positive. I think it means you will get some clarity and some new ideas about your purpose, about your sense of identity, about what gives you vitality. Those ideas might be a little out of the box because of Uranus, but they will be also quite transformative. So really watch out what comes up for you on Wednesday. And even if it seems weird, like don't discard it, actually capture it, maybe journal on it, because that is a really potent time for brand new insights and thinking to come to you. It's a little gift from the universe this week. So tune in on Wednesday. All right, my friend, that is all for this week. Thank you for listening in and for bearing with me with sometimes being out of schedule one day here or there. And I'll be back next Monday to talk about Libra season. Take care, everyone. Have a beautiful week. I'll talk to you soon.